presentation about London. And remember, London is the capital of the UK, the whole of the UK. So, where is London? Can anyone show me? Daddy?
In England.
In England, yeah. And where in England? You can come to the front and show me. There's a big clue. There's a big clue.
Yo tengo que encontrarla.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. You can sit down. Yeah, here. So, you can see this is in the southeast of England. So this is the north, this is the south, and east and west. It's in the southeast of England. Okay, that's where London is. This is Greater London. So this is the whole of London. So the city is just around here. It's quite small, but this is the whole of London. So this is where people live. I live here in Bromley. This is my home, Bromley. So here are some facts about London. London has a population of 7,556,900. So that's the number of people in London. So it's about 7.5 million people. And it was the first city in the world to have an underground railway. Do you understand what this means, underground railway? Do you understand? It's like the metro in Barcelona. Yeah, in Barcelona you have the metro, the train, underground. Yeah. So it's the same thing, but in London they call it the tube or the underground. That's the name. So it's very old because it was the first one. And there are over 100 theatres, so lots of theatres, and 43 universities. It's a big city. This is the Mayor of London. He's called Boris Johnson. So he's the Mayor of London at the moment, now. So here we're going to talk about some landmarks in London. So one of them is Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. This is Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament are here. There's an interesting fact. Did you know Big Ben is the name of the bell inside the tower, and it's not the name of the tower or the clock. So behind the clock there's a bell, like this, and the bell is called Big Ben. But you can still call this Big Ben if you want to, it makes it easier. And what's this? Does anyone know? Yeah.
Tower Bridge.
Good, yeah, it's Tower Bridge. Does anyone know what this is? Rob? No, not quite. It's quite difficult. This is Nelson's Column, and this is Trafalgar Square. Trafalgar Square, yeah, it's very famous. So on top of here, it's similar to the one in Barcelona again. You have a famous warlord called Nelson at the top. So he was famous because he won an important battle. And what's this? Does anyone, yeah? Yeah, it's the London Eye, yeah. The London Eye. And this one is called the Gherkin. So, because in English these are called gherkins, and therefore this is called the gherkin, because it's the same shape. You can see? Same shape, so it's called the gherkin. Okay, the River Thames. It's the second longest river in the UK, the second longest, and it's 215 miles long. the source of the river, so the source is where it starts, that's called Thames Head. So it starts here, and then it flows through London, and the mouth, it opens up into the sea, that's what the mouth is. So the mouth is the North Sea. Oh, and you can see the Houses of Parliament here. It's a better picture. So that's big there. It's Oxford Street. This is a big long street with lots of shops. So it's famous for shopping. If you want to buy some new clothes or a bag or shoes or something, you might go to Oxford Street.
Oops.
And this is called Piccadilly Circus. So what it is it's a roundabout, and cars go round, and then it connects lots of famous streets. So you have Oxford Street comes up, and then there's Piccadilly Circus, maybe Regent Street, and then I can't remember what else, but two other streets as well. So it's a famous roundabout, and there are lots of there are some restaurants and shops and things. This is Hyde Park in London. So it's one of the biggest parks. So you can see that that's a bird's eye view of Hyde Park. And it's got a lake where you can row and you can go in boats and things. There's lots of grass and trees, and also there are concerts here sometimes because it's a big open space. So there's lots of space to have a big concert like that. Park to live in. And there are theatres and cinemas. There's a place called Leicester Square, which is where they have film premieres like this. So the red carpet, and then the famous people, the actors and actresses, walk along and have their photos taken. So that's what the West End is famous for. Remember I said there are over 100 theatres in London. So here are some famous ones. Here's the Globe Theatre. Do you know who this man is? Do you know his name? What's his name? He's a very famous English playwright.
Which one?
No. He's called Shakespeare. Shakespeare. Yeah. William Shakespeare. So he performed his plays here in the Globe Theatre. But actually, this theatre, it burnt down. There was a big fire, and it was destroyed. And then they rebuilt it again, so it's newer again. And here's a play called Les Miserables, which is a French play. And yeah, it's been going for many, many years now. Here are some more theatres. This is the Royal Opera House. There are ballet performances and, of course, opera. And this is the Royal Albert Hall. This is like a music hall, so you might have a big orchestra. So people playing trumpets and like violins and things like that. Okay, transport in London. Remember I mentioned the Underground? This is the Underground Railway, the tube. This is a London bus. And there are bikes that you can ride. Do you know who this man is? Do you remember his name?
James Johnson.
Johnson, yeah. What's his first? Oh, sorry, yeah, I didn't say that. What's his first name? He's called Boris Johnson. Yeah, the mayor of London. So he wanted more people to ride their bikes because it's good for the environment. So he went out on his bike to try and encourage more people to ride their bikes. So here are some forms of transport. There are others, like people drive cars and there are taxis, but these are just some forms of transport. Okay, food in London. So there are quite a lot of pubs in London. This is a pub. So it's a bit like a bar, but it's more like a house. So people go there to meet their friends, and you can eat a meal like this, or you can have a pint of beer, and this is what it looks like inside. So they're quite old bars, I guess. What, this? This? So this is maybe like a typical dish that you would eat, a roast dinner. So this is beef, potatoes, peas, Yorkshire pudding, maybe cauliflower or potato, I'm not sure. So it's a traditional British meal to eat. This is called toad in the hole. So sausages and then like a Yorkshire pudding base. And this is roast dinner. This is similar to the other picture. And fish and chips. Okay, so this is about the BBC. It's called the British Broadcasting Corporation, and it's the main broadcaster in the UK. So they have TV channels and radio stations. It started in 1922, so it was quite a long time ago. That was the year that it started. So you can see there's a news programme. You can see this is quite an old picture. Man telling the weather. This is the building in London. This is Doctor Who, one of their TV shows. Has anyone seen Doctor Who? You have? Oh, great. And you have as well. Do you like it?
Yes.
You have as well?
And
Yeah? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Doctor Who. Yeah. It's by the BBC, so it's very popular in the UK. What else? Yeah, and they have a few radio stations. And yeah, here's a sort of filming set. Okay, festivals in London. This is the Notting Hill Carnival. So this takes place in summer, and it's in the West End of London. So you can see all these people they've come out to watch it. And there are some dancers who wear big, bright costumes, very colourful costumes. You can see these people are walking on stilts. You can see all the fancy feathers and things that she's wearing. And also Chinese New Year is celebrated. But it's in London. They have a big Chinatown. So in London, they have a place where Chinese people live, and there are restaurants. So there are lots of Chinese people who are here to celebrate it. And also the British people too.
Festival of Drama? Is that China?
Yeah, I think every year they have a different animal. So it might be Year of the Snake, Year of the Dragon, maybe Year of the Tiger. Yeah. But I think this is just normal. And what did you say? Yeah. Did you have a question? No. Okay. I thought you said something different. And the 2012 Olympics are being held in London, so that's next year. The 2012 Olympics are going to be in London. Here are some athletes, like Kelly Holmes, she's British. Usain Bolt, he's very famous for breaking the world record. Chris Floyd, who's Scottish. So at the moment, they're still building the stadiums and they're still building all of the layouts for the Olympics. But they're hoping that in the end it will look like this. So yeah, they're hoping that it will be a big complex for the Olympics to take place.